Damn, it's looking real sad for the baby, man. These videos keep coming out, and like I told you in the last video, this don't look good for his name. How the baby became the most hated rapper ever. I don't even know where to start, to be honest, because it's like a lot. Besides what he said on stage, I don't know if he did something behind closed doors to piss somebody off, like I said, but they definitely shutting down all his motion, bro. I don't know what's gonna happen to him. He might as well start thinking now and put his money into something else. But one way we can find out what's going on is by getting straight into this video.
DaBaby has slowly become the internet's most hated rapper. What did he do to earn this title? Well, his actions range from insulting fans to getting angry at flight attendants. However, the very first thing that began to turn DaBaby's audience against him was the time he'd get into a beef with kids YouTuber JoJo Siwa. The argument began after DaBaby would post a song titled Beatbox Freestyle, in which he'd hold up a photo of JoJo Siwa and call her a bunch of nasty names. The snippet was instantly shared to Twitter, where it gained over 1 million views and 42,000 likes on a post reading, "What TF did JoJo Siwa do that made DaBaby mad like that?" While some joked about DaBaby calling her out over a height insecurity, most were simply baffled that DaBaby would target a kid's YouTuber. She's literally a child, kinda out of line to be honest. Yo, that is funny AF, you really came for a whole kid, which accompanied a post by James Charles reading, "Can someone please explain why DaBaby is dissing JoJo Siwa when she's 12 years younger, 10 times richer, and 2 inches taller than him?" Now DaBaby had absolutely no business in responding to these comments, as they weren't really even criticism. A lot of the responses were supportive, such as, "I don't think he meant nothing of it, probably just needed something to say," and the others were simply surprised that DaBaby went there, which is literally how DaBaby described his own branding.
I'm gonna say, I can't believe he said that.
However, despite also stating that he wasn't the type of guy to respond to things online,
when it's said outside of music and I'm expected to respond and clear it up without using music, that ain't what I do.
he'd still take to Twitter to squash the drama in a post reading, "It's JoJo Siwa. My 3-year-old princess is your #1 fan. I bought her every product you have out, she thinks she you. Don't let him trick you into thinking I'd ever have a problem with you. My wordplay just went over their heads. All love on my end, shorty, keep shining."
That's what I was gonna say. I think it was just wordplay that went over people's head when it came to that. And him saying, "Oh, I'm not gonna respond," bro. You need to change that, bro. I'm sorry, but being honest, you need to change that, bro. Because if you're not gonna do an interview right away saying what you mean, or it's like this is the fastest way to get all that to just shut down, bro. Because all publicity is good publicity in some type of way, but not all the time, especially when it comes to stuff like this, bro. And you need to change that mindset quick, bro. Fast, bro.
Now DaBaby's response was actually pretty decent, but since he never needed to respond in the first place, all it did was show everyone that he was paying attention to the drama and was unable to stay silent if he was criticized too heavily. In the lead up to this tweet, DaBaby had established a reputation as a kind of hardcore gangster rapper, and to be on Twitter justifying why he made a diss on a kid's YouTuber felt kind of inauthentic to his image. DaBaby stated in an interview that he's doing his own thing and is not really caught up in any of the internet drama.
I'm just doing me, like I'm not even really caught up in what I got going on.
Yet in a different interview, he contradicts this by stating that he's willing to change his opinions if the internet criticism becomes too harsh.
It's about how much you value others' opinions on the internet, or just, people's opinion around you. I don't value it until they get to messing with my money. You know what I'm saying? Okay, cool. Now you probably need to take heed to that, make some adjustments.
While this is certainly a more mature approach, maturity is rarely what people are looking for in music and entertainment. I could be wrong about this, but it often feels as though the personality of the person making the music is just as important as the music itself, and when it comes to hardcore rap, people want to follow the completely unapologetic gangster as opposed to the person who's known for responding to criticism on Twitter. This point feeds perfectly into his response to the Rolling Loud controversy, which happened only 4 months after the incident with JoJo Siwa. Whilst on stage, DaBaby would imply that people with HIV weren't welcome at his shows, and since the event was being streamed online, the internet began to discuss the comments immediately. Now, as mentioned in other videos, if DaBaby had simply stayed silent on the criticism, the problem would have disappeared disappeared. However, just like the JoJo Siwa controversy, he felt the need to clarify his position with a public statement.
I'm gonna address this one time and I'm gonna get back to giving my love to my fans. See what I'm saying? Because what me and my fans do at the live show, it don't concern you. It's not y'all business. What I do at a live show is for the audience at the live show. It'll never translate correctly to somebody looking at a little 5-6 second clip on their phone. It just don't work like that.
This Instagram live stream only led to more people discovering what he had said, and shortly thereafter, celebrities such as Elton John, Madonna, and Dua Lipa were stating on Instagram that they were surprised and horrified at DaBaby's comments. DaBaby stated that he wasn't worried at any point during the Rolling Loud controversy.
Were you kind of scared, like how everyone was like trying to cancel you and shit like that?
Nah, I wasn't scared. That was probably my problem.
However, this is a complete contradiction to his actions, because if he wasn't scared, he wouldn't feel the need to take to Twitter and apologize, which is what he would do after the Instagram live stream. I want to apologize to the LGBTQ+ community for the hurtful and triggering comments I made. Again, I apologize for my misinformed comments about HIV/AIDS, and I know education on this is important. Going back to the problem of authenticity, DaBaby would go on to state that he didn't even agree with his own apology.
Even though, you know, I don't agree with it, you feel me? Like, you know, if this the example.
Yeah, bro. He's fucking himself up, bro. He gotta start remembering what he say. And when it comes to that, stop contradicting himself, bro. Stop contradicting yourself, bro. Because now you just said that, now it invalidates your apology, bro. It like removes your whole apology, bro. Saying, oh, I don't really agree with. Come on, bro. You gotta think better than that, bro.
But it got to be made. If this is what God want me to go through, you feel me? For whatever reason, let's do it. I'm with it.
And that he only put it out because at a certain level, you have to move in a different way.
You get to certain levels in it, you know, you got to make adjustments, you know what I'm saying, and move a certain way. It's simple, you know.
Ironically, he's talking to Charlemagne, who wrote a book on how living an authentic life is the quickest path to success, which is something that DaBaby himself highlighted as the reason behind why he's been so successful.
What makes you different?
Nah, man, I'm
like,
just
why do you
me,
have that drive?
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just me.
Yet going back on his own statements and posting insincere apologies was the opposite to being his authentic, brutal rapper image.
As a rapper, somebody who can speak freely, and I'm not one to do all that hard work day in, day out, make all these sacrifices, get there just to be controlled like a puppet, you know what I'm saying? Like, that ain't how I get out.
Now, it didn't seem like DaBaby actually had any problems with the people he called out.
Anybody from the LGBTQ community, any of that, bro, I am not tripping on y'all. I ain't never had an issue with none of y'all. It wasn't directed to no group of people in particular and nothing like that. Like, it really ain't that deep at all to me.
However, because he blew the whole thing up with a bunch of his own social media attention, the brands he was working with began to drop him one by one. Fashion brand Boohoo publicly ended their relationship with him. Lollapalooza dropped him from the lineup on the very last day of the festival, citing their founding values of diversity, inclusivity, respect, and
when it comes to that, bro, like, it's either a lot of these fashion brands are ran by people that are under that community, or they don't want flack for what you're saying. They don't want it to be like, oh, well, you supporting what he said? Okay, we not fucking with y'all no more. And people be quick to do that, and they stand on it when it comes to certain stuff like that. So it's like, you're not gonna fuck up our money. You not that worth it. You know what I'm saying? So he got to think different, bro. Somebody got to get around him that's smart and tell him ways to move, because it's like, yeah, I guess you want to be authentic. I'm not saying be fake, but it's like, at the same time, know what you saying, bro.
love. The Governor's Ball Music Festival, set to take place in September, announced that DaBaby would not be performing as part of their lineup. UK event Parklife cut him from the roster, though the rapper's team claims that the decision was made months before Rolling Loud. The team behind Day and Night Vegas replaced his setlist with that of Roddy Ricch. Even the Working Families Party quickly removed him from the list of celebrity performers, and on the Full Send podcast, DaBaby explained that he was set to release his own meal at Burger King, which was also cancelled as a result of the controversy.
I had my own meal at Burger King. A lot of people don't know that. It was called the Jonathan Kirk meal. They wanted to use my name. I shot a commercial for it and everything. They had my name on the box, everything.
Did it
like
come
they
out?
had me. No, that's when all the controversy.
In a different interview, DaBaby gave a dollar figure for how much his comments had cost him.
I had $30 million worth of shows on the schedule before December 31st.
Fuck
I was
that,
buy
yo,
my
I'm
private
bad, boy.
plane. But it is what it is. It go how it go. You know, God ain't want me to have my plane yet. He's like, hold on, man, just chill.
And while DaBaby clearly took the loss in a very respectable manner, this seemingly did little to repair his reputation, as after being invited back to Rolling Loud 6 6 months later, the crowd threw drinks at him. However, the worst part about the controversy was, from that point onwards, DaBaby was berated on Twitter for almost anything he'd do. For example, people brought up the time where he'd attack a fan at a club for putting a flashlight in his face, resulting in another apology video.
I do sincerely apologize. Keep in mind, I couldn't see you.
Accompanying another bizarre clip of him being rejected whilst trying to kiss a fan, which also warranted some kind of strange Instagram response to the event.
And he just kept making mistake after mistake after mistake after mistake after mistake.
There was also the time where he'd make what seemed to be a satirical tweet stating that he was voting for Kanye, which warranted responses such as, "Waste, I can't believe you're even promoting this. Baby, you got too big of a platform to be tweeting this nonsense. Bruh, you're not even eligible to vote," which accompanied a different, more recent video where he'd get angry at a flight attendant for not combing her hair.
We gonna pay all that for that flight, you gonna comb your head. Straight up, dog. If we gonna pay all that, you gonna comb your head, the least you could do.
This is probably part of the reason why DaBaby believes that social media can become a negative thing once you reach a certain size.
But at some point, I think like it may be safer for you not to use it as much because you can become overexposed.
But the real question is, how has this affected the performance of his music? Well, his latest album released in September 2022, which was titled Baby on Baby 2, sold only 16,000 units in its first week, which is 87% less than Baby on Baby 1, which sold 124,000 units in its first week. The music video for one of the songs on his new album titled Boogeyman features 5 different people, one of which being an obviously gay person, and throughout the video everyone is killed besides the gay guy, before DaBaby daps him up at the end, says "I ain't got a problem with you," and once again apologizes for the rolling loud comments. The whole thing just feels extremely performative and insincere, with this clear attempt at avoiding controversy only resulting in more controversy. Because alongside his new album's poor release, DaBaby announced that he had to cancel one of his shows after selling only 500 tickets to a venue which seated 14,000. Going to a DaBaby concert because I need some alone time and I know no one else will be there. If I put all my followers in a room and sang a little song to them, then I'd have a more successful concert than DaBaby. DaBaby concert was lit. However, to DaBaby's credit, he's taken his setbacks quite humbly, having replied to his lower album sales by stating, "Not bad for the blackballed baby." There are a lot of people who have covered in the past that are clearly deserving of their poor reputations, but you could argue that DaBaby isn't really one of them. He's a hard worker with a library of incredibly well-made music, yet he's been unable to...
I do give to him that he has been rapping his ass off with the freestyles, though. That nigga been doing freestyles like his life depend on it. I ain't gonna hold you.
Keep his mouth closed on controversial topics, which only compounds when you compromise your integrity and change your personality to suit whatever the audience wants you to be.
That's a fact. When it comes to the comments he said, I felt it was stupid and I felt this wrong. Cause like, what the hell made you get on stage and say that? What made you get on stage and say that, bro? And then you say, "Oh well, that little segment is not for y'all. That's for me and my friend." Bro, what? Honestly, I think you need a better PR team. I think you need a better marketing team because he's trying to mix this image into his brand, which is him rapping and other things. And look at what it messed up. Bro, I understand you supposed to know how to take L's to the chin, you know what I'm saying? Never losses, just lessons learned. But it's like, bro, you did that to yourself. Don't mix God and saying, "Oh, well, yeah, God didn't want me to have that jet yet, just in the third." He did, but you messed it up. You messed it up. You had $30 million lined up to collect. All you had to do was perform. You messed it up by saying that stupid ass shit. It's your fault. You know what I'm saying? I honestly only feel bad because at the end of the day, he do got a family to feed, and I never seen nothing about him being no deadbeat or anything. So he takes care of his family, from my knowledge. I could be wrong, but I still want him to be able to take care of his family. But it's like, bro, you just gotta know what you're saying, bro. You just gotta know what you're saying, and if you feel like what you say is gonna stir up something, just shut the fuck up. Like, just shut up, bro. Because it's like the person in the comment section said, bro, you got too much big of a platform to be commenting on certain things, bro. Knowing what it's gonna do. You're not one of these regular people that could just comment and people gonna take it with a grain of salt. You're a person that has a blue check and a following, bro. But let me know what y'all think in the comment section about what he said on stage and where y'all think his career is gonna go from here. With that being said, love is love. I appreciate y'all for all the support, Mars fam, and I'm gonna catch y'all in the next video.